All right, so it's Celebrity Rides here on Revved Up for this very week. And as always, we get you the biggest celebrities. Now, this week, we have so much excitement for the guest we have on board. He's a man responsible for millions of fans' happiness. The Uganda Cranes head coach, Mulitin Micho Sredojevic. And he'll be taking us through his ride as well, telling us what exactly got him thinking into getting this very car and how good it is in helping the national team, making sure he's at training very early. Me and Micho have met at so many international tournaments and it's always been about football. So this is kind of different. Are you feeling uncomfortable that this is kind of different?
Very uncomfortable and very funny because I'm expecting you to ask me about the tactics, about the result, about the way things went and whatever.
Yeah.
So this is an area where I feel like fish out of water.
I fully understand what Micho is going through right now. But Micho, let's talk about, first of all, you're the most recognizable foreign coach in East Africa, if not the African continent, because you've been all over the place. Before we talk about your car, I want to ask you, how have you managed? There's this thought of African football is hard to deal with. There's this thought of too much politics, so many raw talents. How have you managed to be in Africa for these years?
I need to tell you, even me myself, I go to church and ask God, thank you, God, for allowing me to live in Africa for 15 years. 58 coaches have come and gone. I stood. And I need to thank all the good people because I came with an intention not to be what I am, Serbian, but to turn myself with culture, tradition, style of life and habits to become an African. And I think I have succeeded in that mission, having in mind that for the last 15 years I'm coaching in 7 countries and I have been in 50 out of 54 countries, and it is really a small lake full of crocodiles. You need to survive in positive way, not in negative way. This is not a question of death and being alive. This is question of the beautiful game of football that is second religion of us in Africa, and I'm really honored and privileged to be all these years sharing life happiness with my brothers from Africa.
You know what's funny? My next question to Micho now would have been, so why did you start with Farouk Mia in the midfield and you did not start with this defender? That's what our normal conversation always is. But now, Micho, we have to talk about your car because this is Revved Up. For starters, tell me, why do you have this specific car?
First of all, I need to tell you, since I have come, first they have driven me, I had a driver, but I'm 100% maybe the first coach that has in the shortest possible time dropped driver and taken myself to ride around, because as soon as you acclimatize, as more you are becoming Ugandan. It happened back in 2000 until 2004. And then in all other countries, I had situation that if you want to know one country, you need to drive yourself around. My second homecoming back to Uganda take me in a situation to have a car that would be mobile to reach any corner of Uganda in order to spot and see the talents and matches played around. And second, to reach traffic that is a bit sometimes very crazy in Kampala, to the Nambole Stadium, to other stadiums in around Kampala. So I'm satisfied. RAV4 has helped me to reach everywhere where I'm supposed to be as a coach.
Look, Coach, there are so many youngsters out there, young footballers or even young football fans who see you driving a car and they want to drive that very car, or who are getting some little money and want to have their first car as well. Which 2 or 3 tips can you give some of those young footballers, or even some of those young Ugandans watching us right now? What should they look out for every time you're going to get a new car?
I need to tell you something. Let me return myself in the age that those young players are. When I was young, I was simply falling in love that time with my first car, Fiat 127. And it was very funny because it's hard to get spare parts. So first advice that I would give is to take the car that spare parts are available at any corner. And as we see, I don't want to advertise too much, but we know what kind of cars are available spare parts to have. Then what is very important also is question of the tires. Also, I don't want to advertise now city tires, this one or that one, but I would say to take care to have good tires in order to take you where you want, because our roads are not in perfect state. There are holes everywhere and whatever, so you need to be really good in that aspect so that you are not stopping anywhere.
All right, that is it with Micho this very week. Now, before he goes, I want to do something very, very small for the sake of the memories. Yeah, I'll put this down. I'll take a quick selfie with the head coach of the Uganda Cranes.
I hope this selfie will not brought us in hot waters like last time. We made the selfie in Addis Ababa.
No, let me just put this one. What happened in Addis, Micho?
I hope this selfie will not brought us in hot waters, because before we played semi-finals, some bad luck wishing Ugandans have put us that we are, two of us, we have gone to Ethiopia not to do the work, him, his job and me, my coaching job, but they told us that we are having so many things with beautiful Ethiopian ladies. But I would rather say that I have the most beautiful woman at home, so I don't need that also is with him, you know, I know him very well. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Coach. Really appreciate it.
No, you remember what happened?
Yeah, I remember.